Nyaho guys! So it's been 6 months since my previous setup tour. In that time, I've moved from Indonesia to Australia, hence the switch to English content, and I've moved myself to the small ass 18-meter square room. This time, the setup is of a lower budget and most of the stuff in the setup is either used from Facebook Marketplace, stuff I brought from Indonesia, or just cheaper stuff in general. Starting from the desk, this is some random desk that's 60 x 150 centimeters, with a thickness of 3 centimeters. This desk is pretty sturdy, but unfortunately it's built into the wall, so I can't disassemble it and use my own desk. The desk pad I'm currently using is the Kiko Amethyst from Tenjin Scrollworks. Surface is not the best, but it matches so well with the rest of my setup, so that's cool. Next to it, there's my mousepad, the Artisan Hien Soft XL. Very nice mousepad, and it has been my main since I got it. On top of that, there's my main mouse, which is the Ninjutso Katana. I previously did a review on it, but it was before the switch to English content. In fact, this is my very first English video, so I've reviewed a lot of the stuff in the setup, but all in Indonesian. I was actually planning on getting the final mouse Starlight, but because I'm a student and my budget is fairly limited, I can't really splurge on a mouse that costs like 400 AUD. By the way, quick reminder, all the prices I state in this video will be in AUD and not USD. Going back to the Deskmat, there's my main keyboard, the CoolerMaster Quickfire TK that I modded previously. The switches on it are the Gateron Oil Kings with 35 gram springs, the keycap set is Domiki Hush, and I repainted the whole case. Here's a short sound test of the key. There are 3 other keyboards that I have here with me. There's the Waifu Studios Roxy 65XT, Valwork Shiri 40, and HHKB Pro BT. Next to the keyboard, there's this Miku plush that I got for I think around $30. Very cool. And next to that, there are these 2 TWSs that I daily drive, the Moondrop Sparks and the Moondrop Neko Cakes. The Neko Cake is the Act limited edition. I don't know how to say the name, but it's this one that I did a video on previously. Since the sparks are a really deep fit and the noise isolation is too good, I can't really use it for biking. Yes, I do bike. Next to the TWS, there are the 3 phones that I use. The ROG2, Galaxy S22, and Samsung A52, I think. The S22 is my daily driver, the ROG phone is my Indonesian number, so if I want to use mobile banking or online shopping in Indonesia, I have to use that phone. Then the Samsung A52 is what I use for my Indonesian business number, so for like business related mobile banking and stuff. For my monitors, I'm running a 2-monitor setup, 1 vertical, 1 horizontal. The vertical one is a Dell P2418HC, just a standard 1080p 60Hz. Then the main monitor is the CoolerMaster GM27-CFX. Being honest here, don't buy this monitor, it's pretty trash for the price. Back on my old setup, I had the ViewSonic XG2431, which is cheaper and it's so much better. The CoolerMaster GM27-CFX has a 1080p resolution with a 240Hz refresh rate. It is curved, therefore making it less suitable for content creation, but it was the only thing they had in stock when I needed a monitor, so I still got it anyways. Now you might be asking, why did I get this monitor if I think it's trash? Like, my old monitor was $450 and this one was like almost $700. Well, the reason is because I didn't know how bad it was before I bought it, no one had a review on it yet, and I was being optimistic. Well, I guess too bad I got a trash monitor in the end. The biggest problem about this monitor is that it has so much ghosting. When I move my mouse around, in the desktop, you can't really see it. Maybe when scrolling up and down, you can see like a black shadow of the darker letters. But in a game, when there's a dark area on the screen and then I move around, there will be a rainbow behind it. I don't know what it's called, but it's really annoying and I can't get rid of it. I think it has to do with the backlight strobing, but I'm not sure. Above the monitor, I have a light bar from Baseus. Yes, I know I'm using a straight light bar on a curved monitor, but this was the cheapest light bar available and I'm strapped on cash right now, so what can I do? Plus, it doesn't glare off the monitor or anything, it just lights up the top area of the bezel of the monitor, which can sometimes be annoying. Below the monitor, there's the IKEA Eloven monitorizer. Would have preferred it in white, but they only had this one in stock. On top of that, I have an iPad mini 5, I think. On the monitorizer, I also have two Nendroids, a Nendroid of Komari Koshigaya and Hachama. As for the speakers, I'm running a pair of PreSonus Aorus E 3.5s. Pretty good speakers for the price. These speakers are then plugged into a FIIO K3 DAC. Thank you Total for selling that to me for cheap. And also plugged into the DAC are my main IEMs, the Moondrop KATOs. Very nice, I like them a lot. On that area of the table, there's also my tablet, the CTH480, and my audio interface, the Behringer UMC22. Plugged into the Behringer is my mic, the Lewwitt LCT240 Pro, on a cheap-ass arm and cable. Overall, this back area is the ugliest part of my setup as there are so many wires and I put little to no effort for cable management so far. Usually my iPad Pro 2 is here to hide the cables, and this iPad is a really old one but I still use it to take notes. Therefore, there is also an iPad Pen thingy Gen 1 on the iPad stand. Next to it, we have the PC that powers the whole rig. In this CoolerMaster NR200 Sakura Edition case, there is a B550i with an RTX 3080 Asus TUF, Ryzen 7 5800X, and 32 gigs of TridentZ RGB. The CPU is being cooled by a Scythe Mugen 5C with a swapped fan for that nice low background noise during the sound test. Unfortunately, the room I'm staying in came furnished with this loud-ass fridge and loud HVAC unit, so no more perfect quiet noise levels when recording. Under the desk, there are 3 drawers. First drawer is filled with cables and other computer stuff I could possibly need. This is also where I store my spare mouse, the Pulsar X-Lite Wireless 2. Second drawer is where I have all my audio gear. There's the Moondrop Aria Miku Edition, the Avara AV2 Custom IEM, Moondrop Choose Tanjim Ola, and the Grado SR80E. The third drawer is still empty for now. For the chair, I have an IKEA Match Spell. Again, this is a very confusing name, so I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it properly. On to the next setup. This is my handiwork and soldering/desoldering setup. Whenever I do any real work on a keyboard that can get messy, I do it on this desk. For example, lubing, desoldering, soldering, cleaning, and any other modding stuff that has to do with like cutting. This is also where I record most of my overhead videos, using the Ulanzi camera desk mount stand. And the camera on it is the Sony a6400, the standard YouTuber camera, with the Sony 18-105mm f4 on it. To take photos, I sometimes also use the Sigma 16mm f1.4. Since I also use the setup to stream, the camera is connected to an Elgato HD60S Plus capture card which is connected to my PC. On this desk, I have a monitorizer I made out of cardboard, some of these very nice organizer boxes, and a box on the right side of the table for all my cleaning stuff. Like for example, I have this cool hand vacuum and a lot of other cleaning supplies. I also have this cutting mat on the desk for doing anything. I never take it off. On the right side of the monitorizer, I have the HAKO 633 soldering iron holder thing. It's a bit loose for my Secure D60 soldering iron, but it's a perfect fit for my HAKO FR301 desoldering gun. Under the desk, starting from the left side, there's some packaging bubble wrap and my toolbox. In my toolbox, there are 8 segments. First segment is for my length measuring and cutting tools. Second segment is for soldering stuff. Third segment is for prying tools and force measurement tools and spare keyboard lube. Fifth segment is just all the screwdrivers. And on the bottom, there are 4 segments, just random spare parts and some measurement tools. Next to the toolbox, I have this old brother printer that I got for free. It can only print monochrome and it's really loud, but it does the job of printing written assignments. On top of the printer, there's my desoldering gun, the HAKO FR301. Next to the printer is just random stuff right now, but I plan on using it for a keyboard rack or just any other storage thingy. As you can see, I do have a lot of other boxes and a lot of other stuff I can recycle. I plan on using this to make another desk, probably a foldable one, using some legs from a laundry basket I found, and a shoe rack just out of boxes. But right now I don't have time to do that. When building up this desk, I was just insanely low on my budget, so that's why a lot of the stuff here is recycled. Okay, that's all for the setup tour. I don't think there's anything I missed on my setup. Maybe someday I'll make a room tour. Every once in a while, I also stream on Twitch, so if you're interested in that, you can head over to my Twitch and give me a follow. Or if you're interested in talking about keyboards and tech stuff in general, you can head over to our Discord server, link will be in description. Thank you for watching till the end and see you all in the next video. Bye bye!